Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Here at soaps.com, we crank out, I couldn't even tell you how many articles in a week. But it's a lot, and sometimes we, or all own it. I forget that there are people working their asses off on the other side of the screen to put on the best show that they possibly can. When I like the stories that they are telling and the way that they are being told, it's an absolute delight to heap praise upon them. And when I'm not so crazy about them, well, it's like I've completely forgotten the old adage, if you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. I can be blunt, cutting, as Days of Our Lives Susan Banks would put it, mean. I like to think that in those instances I'm also not wrong, but it still doesn't absolve me of my guilt in being nastier than necessary. As if nastiness is ever necessary. Maybe I've been benumbed by the hate mail that I receive after every other article that I post. But that's no excuse. Or, rather, that's exactly what it is, an excuse. I can be diplomatic, I can make my criticism constructive. And I can certainly refrain from wearing my disappointment on my sleeve. Which brings us to The Young and the Restless, a show on which I have been particularly down. I've struggled with the games of musical CEOs, questioned the use of psychos of the week, and wondered whose romance is supposed to be the equivalent of the next Victor and Nikki's. And I know that I'm not alone in my frustration. I recently posted a poll asking fans to grade the show, and nearly 70% of the readers who responded gave it a D, it's trying my patience, or an F, I know it can do better. Quote closing parenthesis dot. That still doesn't make it okay that I've been insulting. It's one thing to call out what could stand improvement, but quite another to do so in an ugly way. And by focusing on the negative, I miss all of the positives that still make Young and Restless compelling television, from its incredible history to its blue-chip cast to the plot twists that leave us going, wait, did that really just happen? Did anyone predict that the Damien we originally met would turn out to be Stand-in Holden? I didn't. Do I want more from Young and Restless? Yes, lots. But that doesn't diminish what it gives us on the daily. Michelle Stafford electrifies every scene that Phyllis enters. Jason Thompson may play an entitled jerk, but by God, he does it beautifully. Crystal Khalil is the envy of tightrope walkers everywhere for the manner in which she balances Lily's formidableness and fragility. Michael Graziadei brings an authenticity to his portrayal of Daniel that makes me forget I'm watching a soap, or TV, period. And it can't be overstated how grateful I don't think only I am that the iconic Eric Braeden, Melody Thomas Scott and Peter Bergman remain front and center. Best of all, the goods are there to keep us coming back for more. Look at the way Nikki now understands Victor so well that she can roll her eyes at his Victor-ness and still snuggle up to him every night. That's hashtag relationship goals right there. Look at the way Nick and Sharon keep circling one another as if daring us to carve Endgame in stone, and at the same time making us fearful that that stone will crumble once again. Heck, this being LGBTQ+ Pride Month, look at Mariah and Tessa, who are daytime's only lesbian supercouple. That said, we have high hopes for Beyond the Gates Chelsea and Madison, sparks for days. I've been cross, and when I'm cross, I can be mean. But at the end of the day, I have no idea what it takes to keep the wheels turning on a soap. I may just be bitter because, shocker, I once tried to break into writing for daytime and failed. They wouldn't have me. Big whoop. That's showbiz. It doesn't mean that I get a free pass to trash a show that I've enjoyed since I was a kid and would sorely miss if it wasn't there for me every day. Going forward, I'll try to remember that. Young and Restless isn't my mom. I can't be awful to it and still count on it to take me back time and again. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, let's open the windows and let in fresh air as we all peruse the below photo gallery in which headwriter, executive producer Josh Griffith teases the twists and turns that make up Young and Restless, Summer Preview, a legacy on the brink of reinvention. Every great show reaches a crossroads. For The Young and the Restless Y&R, that moment is now. The series, which debuted in 1973, has gone through countless evolutions, marriages, deaths, resurrections, villain reveals, and corporate power grabs. But the current era feels different. There's a sense that the show is straddling the line between respecting its legacy and redefining its future. Recent months have brought in new faces, some mysterious, some controversial, shocking character developments, and more than one bombshell that has fans either cheering or clutching their pearls. From the audacious arrival of Aristotle Dumas to the slow unraveling of family secrets that date back decades, Y&R is no longer coasting on nostalgia. It's in full-blown transformation mode. And not everyone is ready for it. The rise of Aristotle Dumas, a character unlike any other. Let's start with the name on everyone's lips, Aristotle Dumas. When he first appeared on screen, viewers were divided. Was he a savior for a stagnating storyline, or a walking, talking soap cliché? But week by week, he has proven that he's something more, a calculated disruptor, a magnet for drama, and perhaps the most fascinating character the show has introduced in years. Aristotle's lair alone is worth the attention, a gothic modern hybrid mansion that feels like it was ripped from the pages of a fashion-forward horror novel. The lair is not just a setting but a character itself, housing secrets, surveillance feeds, and maybe even a dungeon or two. It's giving eyes wide shut energy, Succession-level scheming, and a hint of classic soap-style madness. He's been tied to nearly every family on the canvas, romantically with Sally, financially with Victor, and suspiciously with Chelsea. Is he a long-lost Newman? A forgotten Abbott heir? A pawn or a kingmaker? His ambiguity is the point, and it's working. He's breathing danger into a show that needed a shake-up. Legacy characters at a crossroads. While newcomers like Aristotle inject intrigue, longtime fans are equally captivated by what's happening to the series' cornerstone characters. Victor Newman may be the eternal titan of Genoa City, but even he seems shaken by recent events. His battle with Chelsea has escalated into something darker, more personal, and some fans are starting to wonder whether Victor might finally meet his match. Nikki, meanwhile, continues to navigate sobriety, secrets, and a complicated bond with Nick and Victoria, both of whom are teetering on the edge of their own implosions. Victoria's alliance with Dumas, in particular, is raising eyebrows. Is she using him, or is he using her? Sharon, having survived every imaginable emotional trauma, has found herself once again in the therapist's chair, this time, maybe not as the therapist but as the one being analyzed. The writers seem to be diving deeper into her psyche than ever before, and it's paying off in spades. And then there's Phyllis, never one to play second fiddle. She's been scheming, seducing, and spinning her own web of deceit, and rumor has it, she may be the one who holds the truth about a death that was never truly solved. Younger generations take the torch, or burn it. No soap survives without investing in its younger cast, and Y&R is making bold moves here too. The complicated triangle, or is it a square now, between Kyle, Claire, Summer, and Harrison is creating emotional minefields. Claire's redemption arc is still polarizing. Is she truly seeking healing, or is she manipulating everyone around her? Kyle's loyalty is tested daily, especially as Summer seems to be finding her strength again, no longer willing to play the wounded party. And let's not even get started on Harrison, the child who may be at the center of a custody battle no one saw coming. Then there's Mariah and Tessa, who were once the show's heartwarming center. Now, whispers of a breakup are circling. Could it be that the pressures of parenting, fame, and unresolved past traumas are finally cracking the foundation? Meanwhile, Devin and Abby's relationship is suddenly not as picture-perfect as it once seemed. Between business challenges, family interference, and a surprise pregnancy scare, they're either heading for the next chapter, or a brutal end. A new golden age or a soap in crisis. So what does this all mean? Is the young and the restless entering a renaissance or spiraling into chaos? Honestly, that depends on whom you ask. Some fans are thrilled. They say the pacing is sharper, the dialogue richer, and the stories more layered. They love the risk-taking, the surreal party scenes, the moody cinematography, and the psychological twists that border on prestige drama. Others argue the show is losing its roots, that too many new characters are being introduced without proper build-up, that legacy figures are being sidelined, and that the tone sometimes veers too far into the avant-garde. The truth, perhaps, lies somewhere in the middle. Soap operas, by design, are meant to evolve. They are living, breathing entities that respond to cultural shifts, audience expectations, and behind-the-scenes shakeups. What's undeniable is that Y&R is trying something new, and we need to be paying attention. The meta moment, art imitating life. Perhaps most intriguing is how self-aware the show has become. There are moments, lines of dialogue, camera angles, sudden musical cues, that seem to wink directly at the audience. Are we watching a soap or a deconstruction of a soap? Characters question their reality, motivations blur, and nothing is ever as it seems. Take, for example, the ongoing subplot involving the leaked memoir of a mysterious Genoa City resident. As pages circulate through the town, characters are forced to confront long-buried truths, some real, some fictionalized. The result, an exploration of memory, perception, and the stories we tell ourselves to survive. If that sounds deep, it is. This isn't just, who's sleeping with whom, storytelling. It's narrative ambition with the mascara still running. Why now? Why this show? So why should we be talking about The Young and the Restless in 2025? Because it's doing what few daytime dramas dare to do anymore, it's taking risks. It's pushing its own boundaries. It's not content to just cruise on past glory or play it safe for fear of backlash. It's swinging big, and sure, not every swing connects, but the ones that do, they hit hard. In a media landscape that's obsessed with fast content, algorithms, and viral moments, Y&R is leaning into the slow burn. It's reminding us that storytelling can unfold over weeks, that character development matters, and that not everything needs to be explained in the first act. In short, The Young and the Restless still matters. Final thoughts. The time to watch is now. You don't have to be a lifelong fan to appreciate what's happening in Genoa City right now. In fact, there's never been a better time to start watching. The show is rich with history but unafraid of change. It's both a mirror of our cultural anxieties and a delicious escape from them. So whether you're in it for the scandals, the slow burn romances, the psychological intrigue, or just to see what Aristotle Dumas will do next, tune in. Watch closely. Talk about it. Because The Young and the Restless isn't just surviving, it's reinventing itself. And we all need to be part of that conversation. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.